afternoon everybody, and today and tomorrow what we're going to do is we're going to look at those shots that curve. A ball that starts to the left of the target and curves off to the right. That's a slice. Sometimes even starts to the right of the target and curves even further right, being a big slice. And a ball that starts to the right of the target, curves back to the left of the target, being a hook, or sometimes we get that horrible duck hook which starts more or less on the target and goes sharp left. Today we're going to look at probably the one that the majority of golfers suffer with, and that's the ball that curves left to right, that slicing movement that often goes a little bit higher and definitely loses a little bit of power because it carries a lot more backspin and doesn't have any run on it at all. So before we actually start, and forgive me for those of you who are very well read on the techniques within the golf game, but what we do need to understand is that anything that is left this side of the target line is referred to as inside, and anything this side of the target line is referred to as outside. So in this particular instance, this would be outside moving to inside. Obviously I'm talking about this in a right-handed perspective, so forgive me those left-handers. If I was actually going in this direction, then obviously the reverse would apply. So what causes that ball to have that curve left to right? Well, often you'll find that with slicers they already tend to aim to the left to accommodate that slice, but we're not going to worry about that today. We're just going to presume for a minute that people are setting up squarely to the ball. But definitely what happens is the golf club is being presented to the golf ball from outside the target line, moving into impact and then across the target line with the club face open as they're hitting the ball. Again, what we're doing today, we're just presuming that you're hitting it in the centre of the club, because clearly if we hit it right out of the toe or right in the heel, then the ball can do all sorts of different things. To help us understand how we can help go from that slicing action and create maybe more of that draw that you've always wanted, I've brought in today a football. And what I'm going to use this football for is to try and give you a picture of how you can better create that draw shape. What I want you to do is I want you just to imagine those footballers who curve the ball around the wall, or a tennis player who plays those wonderful topspin shots, or a rugby player who curves the ball in between the posts. One thing they all have in common is they'll stand straight back from the target line, and then the first thing they'll do, they move inside. So you can see I'm now out of shot, I'm inside the target line. As they approach their ball, the leg is approaching from inside the target line, and the foot, as it hits the ball, rolls over the ball, like so. The foot moving out to the right and the ball rolling over. That starts the ball to the right of the target, it curves round and into the goal. Of course, Alison would have saved it, but that's by the by. So if we now think about the golf club in terms of our leg and our foot, here's our leg, the shaft of the golf club, and here's our foot, the head of the golf club. So what we're going to do is we're going to think about the shaft of the club coming from inside the target line as it approaches the ball, here, inside, keeping the club inside the target line at all times. And as it approaches the ball, it starts to rotate the head of the club. There's your foot rolling over the top of the ball like so. The club is moving slightly more to the right of the target, and that's going to create that right to left spin that draws the ball back onto the target. So here's how it looks. We're at the top of the backswing, we've made a good turn, the club is now moving from inside here, moving towards the ball, and now the right forearm is rotating over the top of the left forearm to create that spin. Ball moving out to the target like so. And that gives us that lovely right to left shot. Okay? Thing to try and bear in mind, that in your effort to rotate that club face, you've got to watch that the club doesn't move left, because all you'll succeed in doing is hitting a pull over to the left hand side. So once again, have a little think. The golf club has to approach the ball just the same as the footballer or the rugby player would approach the ball, from inside to along, and roll the foot over the ball to create that spin. Give that a go, and that should help with your left to right shape. You'll get more distance, more run. Tomorrow we'll fix those who hit it the other way, that right to left shape. Get you hitting it straighter with a little bit more height.